I hear something. Oh, it's all messed up. Hey, we're live. It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. That's right here. Having fun. No, they're making a mess. There we go. Now you can clock in the background, right? Yeah. Ooh. So we're live. We're starting late. Live and adjusting things and noticing things that are wrong in the background. You'd think after, since this is the 67th show for my podcast viewers out there, that we would know where we were. But apparently still making mistakes and still going. Hey, we'll get there one day. I got to get my office cleaned up so I don't have to worry about that in the background and doing things. So anyway, good morning. It's Friday. It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. Hope you're liking and subscribing and sharing with your friends and finding us on all the social medias and podcasts out there. If we're not on
67 videos.
Yeah, 67. There you go, Ed. If we're not on all podcasts, you can't find us. Let us know which kind of podcast so we can get
Karate Place.
Karate Place. Okay, cool. So it's Friday.
I got my white belt.
You got your white belt. Eddie got his white belt. No, we got to do the
If
show.
you want to Chinatown.
Chinatown? I don't know. All right, we got to do this then. I'm on the show. Just having a conversation. So it's a distraction, right?
Is it Josh?
Mm-hmm.
I saw you, Josh.
No. So, again, this is what we do it at 5 a.m. Though it's 5:48. We got to go.
Okay.
So we're gonna do the fortune cookies. Fortune Cookie Friday. I got some fortune cookies up there from going out the other day. So we'll open a fortune cookie, see what it says,
Go to Chinatown to make them.
and we'll go from there. So based on our conversation yesterday, talk about Scrum and Agile, right? One of the things that'll happen that'll be interesting for those who don't get their teams to finish all the work. So one of the questions that comes out from a lot of developers and testers when they get all their work done, they go, "I'm done. What do I do next?" One, you'll see a very happy face on them. They'll be the happiest, excited person because they got rid of their whole backlog, and it'll make them so happy, right? And then they want to produce more. It's a funny thing is when they actually clean the backlog versus never ever getting to the point where they clean the backlog. They get so excited to actually do more work. You naturally get a 1 or 2% improvement in their performance when you build a system where they can actually achieve the backlog, and then they look at their time and see, can I do a little more? Plus, it gets more accurate, right? So what do you do? What are they going to say? What do I do next? And I say there's a couple questions you got to ask them because they're not usually more mature teams will do this naturally, but immature teams, you need to help them a little bit as a Scrum Master and Agile coach. And I actually have to give them a list of things to do. Like what? So my first question is, okay, you got everything done. Okay. 1, check with your teammates. Do they need any help? Right? So do they need any code reviews, testing, anything that can contribute to getting the overall sprint commitment done, right? So that's the first thing they go do. The second thing they should do is go, okay, I got all that. Then they should look at, okay, is there anything I can do to improve the process? So this is the second level. Is there any Kaizen type things like we talked about to work on, improve, refactoring, whatever I have, because depending on the time, as we talked about yesterday, if it's just like one day, you're not going to start a new story. Don't do it. If it's 1 or 2 days, maybe you just start on some improvement activities just to get the team a little bit quicker, faster, just a little bit. It's all you need, a little bit. So you're just doing a little bit of improvement activities. Now, if you have a lot of time and you don't really have any improvement things, then you go to the backlog, right? And they'll say, well, what do I do? And they have to be careful because sometimes people will just randomly go pick something from the backlog. This was key for the Scrum Master. 1, they should go, ask the team if they have any work. 2, Is there any improvement items they should go? And then third, they should go and say, okay, what should I go to the backlog and pick something? So this is where they go to the product owner. They should ask the product owner, like, okay, I have enough time to do another story. Is there a story in the backlog for the next sprint that you would like me to bring into this sprint to work on? See what I just said? It was weird. Everybody's so worried about it. I said, is there work in the next sprint that you would like me to bring into this sprint to work on? Some teams, it's a foreign concept. They never got there before. They never got done. They're like, what do I do now? I said, well, you got fast enough to just go get something, bring it in. So you would coordinate with the product owner. They shouldn't just go out there and grab something. However, if the product owner, and maybe that'll be a future session, is able to have planned and refined, 1 or 2 sprints out past the current sprint, and I only go 2 sprints, and maybe I'll do another session. I'll do something for the product owner and 2 sprints out. I'll tell you why I say that versus anything longer. So then they work their way for the 1 and 2 sprints. Maybe we should do a whole session on product owner backlog refinement and how to get there. That probably wouldn't be a bad idea. We'll do a couple sessions on that. I'm writing that down in my book. So they go get some. Now, if the product owner has their next sprint refined, theoretically, it would be the first or second story in the next sprint. And you don't even have to ask the product owner. However, I would tell the team, and just don't let them, you got to remind them because they'll go off and do it themselves. They should inform the team at Daily Scrum, in your Slack, whatever communication tool, saying, hey, I'm done. I'm going to go get another item off the backlog in the next sprint. So everybody knows what's going on, because everybody has to agree that that's okay, because as a team, they are all committing to that. Because maybe testing will say, no, man, don't do it. We're backed up on testing. We got a lot more bugs. We're having issues, or something's not, maybe the environment's down. Who knows what it is? So before you just go out and grab more work, bring it in, you got to make sure you can get it all done, right? So the first thing is you ask your teammates, is there anything I can help you with? The second thing is you check on any refactoring, Kaizen type improvement processes. Maybe just go learn something new, because you only got a couple days. So you may not be able to get it all tested and done, and quote, done per the definition, done for the team. So those are the 2 things. If those 2 are exhausted, then you go talk to getting something from the next sprint. But you got to make sure the rest of the team is there. And as a Scrum Master, you have to make sure those questions are asked, right? You just don't want them going off. Because I know a lot of times I see people go off, and they'll cherry pick something out of the next sprint. It's like, no, you got to pick based on the priority that the product owner gave. Now, there may be something that could be done, but you have to let the product owner, you have to work in conjunction with them. So anyway, so that's what you do when they say, I got it done. Because I've had it a few times. I've had a few times where people just go grab things and they pick something that's not even the next priority. They pick something way down low on the priority. Like, why are you doing that? Because that may not be what we need to do. Plus, the product owner might have something that they want you to do, right? So it may not be in the backlog. Maybe there's a result of one of the stories that they want to tweak a little bit. Maybe you work on that. So you got to think about that. And that's what I want to talk about today. There's a lot of other things. I think we're just go with that. It's a Friday. We'll make it short, and we'll do the fortune cookie day, and we'll go from there. Thanks for all your comments and questions. They're good. So hopefully we'll cover them. Open this bag. So this is, Fortune Cookie Friday. This is 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. Please like and subscribe. Got a little slow start, trying to get things done with the door and stuff. But hey, we're having fun. And it's Friday. We should all celebrate. Don't forget, I got a double thing. Got double. Remind your team to tell us what you did fun over the weekend, right? Maybe it's Friday. Maybe you're like, okay, what kind of fun things are you going to do? Hey, I got double fortune for Friday, right? Double fortune. Is that good luck? I don't know. We'll see. Okay. From the fortunes in the fortune cookie. And what we do is we read the fortune and we see if this applies to Agile. And we had a couple good ones. You should be able to undertake and complete anything. Oh wow, that's funny. So this is perfect. You should be able. I love this one. So you should be able to undertake and complete anything. I would say, and people can comment later what this means, but I would say this goes your commitment. So if you commit to something to get done in the sprint, you should be able to complete it in the sprint, right? So I'm going to go with that as my relationship between the fortune cookie on Fortune Cookie Friday and Agile. You should be able to undertake and complete anything. So if you pull it into the sprint to work, you should be able to get it done in the sprint, right? There shouldn't be any excuses why you can't get it done. And everything designed in Scrum is that will help you get it done in the sprint. All right, here's the second fortune cookie. And this one's got a little flaw. It's got a bug in it. You can't see it. It's got a bug. All the text, half the text is off. So I got to take my glasses off here. You never hesitate to tackle the most difficult problems. Pretty good. Most difficult problems. So this also has a thing in Agile. So don't hesitate to tackle the most difficult problems. And maybe that'll have to be a story. In Agile, you don't put off the most difficult story in the sprint to the end of the sprint because you probably won't get it done. Now, you bring in and you tackle it first thing. So it's funny how these fortune cookies really relate to Scrum and Agile, right? So you want to take those, you never hesitate to tackle the most difficult problems. Don't take all the difficult problems up front because you do want to get some stuff done. You don't want all your developers working on the most difficult problems that take 5 days to get done. But you want to get at least one of them in the beginning. So one person says, I'll take the hard one for today. And next spring, maybe they flop them off. But you want to take at least one or two of the most difficult problems in the beginning of the sprint to give yourselves enough time to get it done and test it in the sprint. You do not want to put off your most difficult stories to the end of the sprint, like the last couple of days, and then it never gets tested and therefore never done per your definition done. And with that, that was fun. Closing out, 5am Mester Scrum. Please like and subscribe. Give us the thumbs up. I got my little Eddie trophy here, a little thumbs up trophy. And let your friends know. Ring the little bell. That way when we do the show, you'll get an email. It's pretty neat how your phones, I'm holding up my little phone, will broadcast that you're live. You can't see it, but let's see. See if we can do this. You can't do it? Yeah. Doesn't work that great. But I got a little picture of myself right there showing that I just went live. And if you wanted to, you could join us. So it's funny. As soon as I go live, it goes out to everybody. And if you have that little bell, it'll pop up on your phone. Also, then if you go on YouTube, it'll pop up. So closing out. Thank you very much. It's Friday. Have fun. It's 6 o'clock according to the other clock that's going off right now. And you have a great day. Happy Friday. Happy Scrumming. Hope everything goes well and you have a great weekend. You tell us. But we are working on Saturday and Sunday. We do 5 a.m. daily Scrum 7 days a week. So soon enough, we'll be at the 100 mark. Try to put some more content, break down the content we have into smaller bites for consumption. And you'll have a great weekend. Take care. Bye. Or see you tomorrow.